Right, hello guys. Hello stream. I hope you all are having a great day, as always. Welcome to the new season, I guess. It's season 6 of Dryland Racing League. After a after a season full of ups and downs, full of chaos, and full of the brilliant race in Abu Dhabi. Now here we are in a new season. All right, let's um, let's go through the lineups real quick. For Red Bull, we have Chris, who of course has some amazing pace, and he managed to score a podium in the Williams in Portugal last season. He made the switch from Williams to Red Bull. Then we have Leighton in the Red Bull as well, who just missed out of the on the title last season due to a mistake. And the reserve is Batman, who made the switch from Alfa Romeo. For Ferrari, we have Sean from made the move from Alpine, and Will, who stays at Ferrari, and the reserve is Gagli, who made the switch from Aston Martin. For Mercedes, we have Mike, who stays at Mercedes, and Keanu, who's made the switch from McLaren. And for the reserve, we have Bilo Peep, who's a new driver in the league. For Aston Martin, we have Zoro and Tim, who both made the move from Alpine, and Mama is the reserve, who's made the move from Division 2 Red Bull. Ok. And from McLaren, we have Fred and Minnie, who made the move from Haas, and FGE Dom, who's a new driver in the league. For Alpine, we have D2 champion Tokai in the Red Bull last season, and Jameer, who's made the move from Mercedes last season to the season in the Alpine. And you have Mink, who returned to Alpine after a season with McLaren as a reserve. Williams, we have Jackaroo, who's the runner-up in D2 last season in the Red Bull, who was in the Red Bull last season. And we have Formula Crunch, who made the move from Mercedes to the Williams. Then we have Rich Swansea as the reserve, who made the move from Ferrari to Williams. And for Haas, we have Coral, who switched from Alfa Romeo to Haas, and Lancey, who was in the McLaren Division 2 last season. And the reserve is Alexa, who was who was a Ferrari driver in D2 last season. Then we have Alfa Romeo with Fred Parsons who made the move from AlphaTauri to Alfa Romeo. Then we have Line Cookie, who was in the Red Bull last season, and now he's in the Alfa Romeo. And we have Dazzles, who was a lone driver last season, and now he's in a full-time spot. Let's see what he can do. And last but not least is AlphaTauri. We have Midas, who made the move from Division 2 Haas to AlphaTauri. Then you have Sam Karts. It's his second race in the league. He obviously was a lone driver in Abu Dhabi last season, and now he's in the AlphaTauri in T1. And last driver on the grid is JT Play Monster 40 in the AlphaTauri. And this is your grid for the season. Now let's see who will come out on top tonight. And while Alexa joins, let's look at the standings from last season. KP, the defending five-time champion in the Thailand Racing League, wins with 161 points. Then we have Will with 157, Leighton with 150, Mike with 116, Keanu with 81, Sean with 60, Zora with 59, Ted with 58, Jameer with 50, From the Courage with 49, Tim with 44, Gagli with 41, Mink with 33, Panda with 32, Fred with 30, Reese with 30, Rich Swansea with 23, Minnie with 22, Chris with 20, Epic with 16, Dronoff with 13, Fred Parsons, Lion Cookie, and Thomas with 9 points, La Baguette with 8, and Emile with 1 point. And for the constructors, we have 1 second, guys. We have Red Bull who won the constructors with 336 points. P2 Ferrari with 210, Mercedes with 179, Alpine with 160, Aston Martin with 136, McLaren with 124, Williams with 64, Haas with 52, Alfa Romeo with 21, and AlphaTauri with 9 points last season. So that's your standings from last season. And let's see who will come out on top this season. Yeah, we still have Alexa, who's yet to join. And let's not forget, tonight is going to be a full quali. So it's going to be Q1, Q2, and Q3. Alright, guys, now we're good to go. The 6th season of Dryland Racing League. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 drivers tonight who are new to D1, and Mama, obviously it's his first time in D1 as a full-time driver. He was a lone driver last season. And let's not forget the rest who aren't with us today, such as Midas. He wasn't. Midas, Dazzles. No, I think Dazzles was with us last season. And let's not forget Bilo Peep, who is the Mercedes reserve. He's new, he's new to the league. And FGE Dom, McLaren reserve. And and that's pretty much it. So let's not forget our telemetry, and let's see who will come out on top today. Will it be Will after his hello Reese, hello Foppa, hello Tim, and hello Lewis Blizzy. And happy to see you guys on stream. So will it be Will on top tonight, or will it be the likes of Gagli, the likes of Chris or Batman, or even Mike and Keanu, or maybe even Zoro and Mama in their Aston Martin, or maybe the McLarens? Obviously both McLaren main drivers made the switch from Haas, so they're looking to push for better positions. As we have Sam Cards, the first one on an outlap this season in the AlphaTauri. It's his second race in the league. He drove in Abu Dhabi last season as a D2 driver and scored some points in his debut. And his TTs were good enough to get him in D1. So that's a good shout. Now let's see what he can do this season. Sam Cards now starts us off in Jeddah. Takes turn 1 and 2 pretty reasonably, and gets really close to the wall in turn 4. You all know it's turn. Oh, it's Sam. Gets on the curb and now Jameer, who's not had the best seasons at Mercedes, now at the Alpine looking to redeem himself. That's at 32.8 for the first sector. Sets a 1 minute 1.2 for the first and middle sector. And back to turn 4. Turn 4 in this track is known for being a death trap. So if you're a driver, there you're not gonna want to get close to it, otherwise it's race over. Like we saw last season with the Alpines of Sean and Zoro. And Fred, as Jameer sets it 1 minute 28.6. That's their first benchmark for the drivers. Mama sets 27.9 in the Aston Martin. And his teammate meanwhile goes P1 with a 1 minute 27.7. So it's a Norwegian duo in the Aston Martin tonight. As Alexa, the rookie, in his first race in D1, now gets into P2, splitting the two Aston Martins. Back to the Aston Martins, it's a Norwegian duo, as both of them are from Norway. Let's see what they can do tonight. I'm curious to know. As Chris now goes P1 with a 1 minute 26.8, the Red Bull. As we forgot, we missed that, but Tokai, he's the rookie, one of the few rookies, and the reigning D2 champion in this league, now in the Alpine. Sets a P7 lap, goes into P7 and sets a 1 minute 28.8. And another rookie, JTP Monster, in the AlphaTauri, and Jackaroo. As Batman now goes P2 in the Red Bull, so it's a Red Bull 1-2 here. They're pretty safe, as it seems. Now let's see who's on the lap. Now Mike is the next one to cross the line, so let's go with him. Let's see if he's going to challenge the Aston Martin of Zoro in P3. And Mike slots into P6. His teammate Tiano, meanwhile, goes quicker than him in P6. So it's P6 and P7 for the Mercedes duo. Vinny in the McLaren goes P2. He is cooking. It's almost like real life. McLaren in real life F1 are at the moment the closest team behind Red Bull in the charts. And now Mini is doing the same thing here. He is cooking. As I don't know what happened to Gaglin here, but that's a 45.3. He must have made a mistake, but he is going again. He either made a mistake or he was on a prep lap. His teammate Will now rounding out the final corner. What can he do? Will goes P8. That's not what he expects. He was looking to challenge Chris for the lead, but that's not the thing. He slots him in between the Mercedes cars. Let's see Gagli, since he's the next one to cross the line. Oh! Oh my! What has happened? Gagli went into the back of Formula Cringe, who was on an outlap. That's a disaster for the Ferrari, man. As Formula Cringe and Gagli get into another scandal on track this time. Obviously, if you guys didn't know, an illegal transfer happened earlier today, where Williams wanted Gagli from Ferrari, but did not pay his release clause. So it was deemed an illegal transfer. Some controversy off track between them and some controversy on track between them. They're not going to be happy at each other after today. Formula Cringe, after he massively impedes Gagli, goes P9 with a 128.0 behind Keanu but ahead of Will. As Fred in the McLaren goes P13. And Will now goes P3. 1:27.4. Tokai goes P6. Well, 1:27.7. As Jacru runs out of fuel, so he's pretty slow. As Batman's now retired, he thinks his lap is enough to get him through to Q2. Oh, that that was horrendous. Lancey goes P16. That is not enough. Lancey's out of qualifying. So Lancey's now out of qualifying. Jameer sets a lap, goes P7. Mike set a purple first sector and improves by 4/10. He's about to cook, Mike. Not to foreshadow anything. But Parsons is safe at the moment, but the likes of JT Play Monster could improve. Oh, he's invalidated. So it's safe to say that this is your order. Yeah, let's go with Mike since he's the next one to cross the line, as he's improved 6.5 tenths through the middle sector. Now let's see what he can do in the Mercedes. Mike goes P6 ahead of the two Alpines, and Fred goes P9. Keanu's aborted his lap since he's pretty much made it through. So lads, here are the Here's the order for Q1. So here is your order for Q1. Uh, Unfortunately, the bottom five are eliminated from qualifying. Lancy, who is missed out by 4 tenths, which is a huge margin out there. Jackaru, who's 6 tenths off. JT Monster and Sam Carts, the two AlphaTauris, did not make it through, and Gagli, unfortunately, has not managed to set a proper lap, and he gets blocked by the Williams of Formula Crunch. So on to Q2 now.
Ferrari are the only team to have raced in every single season of Formula One. Max Verstappen managed to finish 81% of his races on the podium in 2021. Still though, Michael Schumacher holds the record for the highest percentage, when in 2002, Schumacher finished on the podium in every race he participated in, making it 100%. If you don't know, the tubular safety device that sits over the driver's head, aptly named the halo, is constructed out of titanium.
Alright. Mama. Norwegian driver. He goes off the track. And that's not a big of an issue, because it's his outlap. As the Norwegian driver will now start the first lap of Q2. Mama. Mama, 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 mama. He goes off the track. As you guys know, the curve between turn 8 and 9 in Jeddah is quite a deadly curve. If you go on it, you go straight on, and that's your lap over. Or you might just, or if you don't manage to survive, you'll end up in the walls. So it's crucial to take a lift between before the two corners. Stoka is out. What's happened to him? Let's watch Fred. Oh, Sam's out. Oh, Toka is crashed into the death trap of turn 4. Premier starts it up. Mini is only going for a push lap now. Oh, Mini sets a 33.5, which is not a proper lap. Land Cookie meanwhile goes P1 with a 1 minute 28.8 in the Alfa Romeo. His teammate goes a tenth slower, but Batman goes P1 with a 27.7. Alexa goes P2 in the Haas. Will goes a tenth off Batman. As now Fred in the McLaren goes P4, Mike goes P3. Let's see who's next to cross the line. Yeah, Zorro and the Aston Martin, the Norwegian driver. Goes P1 actually, with 27.4. Zorro's cooking. Let's see what Chris can do. Now Chris decides to cook. He sets 26.7. What a massive sweat we have here. He is cooking. Let's see what Keanu could do. The Mercedes. Keanu goes ahead of his teammates actually, with 27.8. The gap between Keanu and Mike is quite huge, to be fair. 5 tenths I think? No, not 5 tenths. 7 tenths probably. Yeah, it's 7 tenths. Separate Mike and Keanu. Mama, the other Norwegian driver, and the other Aston Martin driver. Now let's see what he can do. Chris is disqualified! Chris is disqualified! Oh, Chris! What has happened? Apparently he's fun coming into the pits. Oh, it's a Norwegian one too at Aston Martin. They are cooking now. So Mama's now into the pits.
Formula One is named as such because the participants agreed to a set of rules where the formula are the rules and the one referring to the fact that this is the top tier of motor racing. 2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us enter the turbo hybrid era of F1 car development. The biggest change being the engines, which were changed from 2.4 litre V8 engines.
So Will now will look to improve his P4. So Will now goes P1 with a 26.5. Now Will is cooking. The big question here, will Chris make a comeback and potentially challenge Will for the top? As now Mama thinks it's enough for him to retire. Let's go with Jameer, since he's on a lap. Now Zoro retires. Jameer improves by 5 tenths actually. He's about to cook. Obviously he hasn't had the best season at Mercedes last season. He's moved to Alpine where he can prove himself. And I'm honestly quite curious to know what's going. Quite curious to see what happens next for him. A second gained by Jameer. These goals potentially challenge for P5 there. And Jameer goes P2. What a lap from the Alpine driver. Jameer's cooking. He is absolutely cooking. Sorry for the voice crack, but he is cooking. Will's now retired. Now let's see Alexa, who's the next one who will cross the line. And let's see if Alexa will make the Q3 for the first on his debut, as improved by 9 tenths actually. The Haas isn't a bad car after all for qualifying. Alexa, will he make Q3? Yes, he will. Goes up to P5, ahead of Batman, who's obviously retired. Mike is next to cross the line. Now he's looking to improve his P9 position, and he will improve by 8 tenths. What's with everyone improving by 7, 8, 9 tenths? The track is getting better, quite frankly. And Mike in the Mercedes, let's see where he can put his Mercedes. And he will go in P2 ahead of Jameer, but behind Will. That is enough. For McCringe, meanwhile, P7 for the Williams driver. Oh, but Batman might be in trouble here. Let's see Millie, who's the next one. Lan Cookie and Fred Parsons go P9 and 10 respectively. Millie in the Mercedes McLaren goes P2. Wow. And Fred goes P5. Will Keanu improve? And Keanu will cross the line, and he goes P10. So Batman is out. Both Red Bulls are knocked out. That. So both Red Bulls are out. That is crazy. So Batman, he retired, and he paid the price for retiring, which he probably shouldn't have done. If he didn't retire, he would have made Q3 easily, because the track was improving. Now Cookie P12, first race back as a main driver, because last season he was a reserve driver for Red Bull. In P12, Fred Parsons P13, Tokai in his first qualifying in Division 1 P14, and Chris P15 with the disqualification. So both Red Bulls are in the mud.
Longest broadcasted races was also one of the shortest. The 2021 Belgian Grand Prix lasted only 3 minutes and 27 seconds, the race being flagged due to wet weather conditions on lap 3. The 2019 Chinese GP was F1's 1000th official championship race. If we continue with around 20 to 24 races a year, we can expect the 2000 GP to happen around the year 2064.
Madness goes to Q3. We have no Red Bulls in Q3. It's madness stuff. As we have many in the McLaren. He's obviously made the move from Haas. The Haas is not the best car on the grid, and the McLaren is one of the best cars on the grid. So he looked to fight for a couple of podiums this season. And obviously he was teammates with Prix from season 3. He's now with him in the McLaren. Last season they were both at Haas. And in season 4 they were at Division 2 Red Bull. And in season 3 they were at Division 2 Mercedes. So these two are together always. As many in the McLaren will now start the first lap of Q3. So many gets a snap of oversteer through the banking in turn 13. Mini sets a 27.9. That's a pretty reasonable benchmark for the drivers to set. Next one we have it's not Mama, it's Zoro in the Aston Martin. Let's see if he can do something. Zoro across the line he goes, P1, we're at 27.3. Will goes even quicker with a 26.4. I believe it was the quickest time we've seen so far. As other Aston Martin goes P2. As Alexa now goes P4. Mike, meanwhile, will go up to P2. Demir on an out lap. Fred next across the line. Fred slots in behind his teammate
These larger
with a
tyres
28-2.
grip provide more aggressive.
Formula Cunt, meanwhile, goes P6 ahead of his fellow countryman Alexa. Both are from Serbia. As Formula Cunt and Alexa set identical lap times, with Formula Cunt being roughly 500ths of a second quicker than his fellow countrymen. Let's see. Let's see Jamir, since he's yet to set a lap. And Jamir crosses the line and goes P6. So it's best of the rest for Jamir.
Pit stop turnaround in history. For 2022, the FIA announced that cars would now be rolling on 18-inch wheels, far larger than 13-inch wheels used prior.
So now everyone's into the pits. 4 minutes remaining in Q3 and in qualifying.
Packed grandstands here today with thousands in attendance, hoping to see their favourite drivers battle it out on track. I'm not superstitious, but in the long and fruitful history of F1, no one with the surname Hill has ever failed in winning a world title. For example, Graham Hill, Damon Hill and Phil Hill are all previous world championship winners. Ferrari are the only team to have raced in every single season.
So now it's the Aston Martin of Mama. His first, his the first, his first season as a full-time driver. Last season he drove D1 in Division 1 a couple of times, but as a lone driver. But he was initially a D2 driver for Red Bull as a reserve. So now here he is in the D1 grid with Aston Martin. Now let's see what Mama can cook. And let's see who will get pole in the first race of the season. And let's see who will get P2 or P3 on the grid. Will it be the Mercedes drivers, or will it be the Aston Martin drivers, or will it be the McLaren drivers? I mean, he has not shot the best lap yet, but he was quick in Q1 and Q2. So let's see what he could do in this final run. And it's best not to mess up if you're mini, cause you're P9 and you've got PS according to Q1 and Q2, as Mama will start his final lap of qualifying, I should say. And Jax left the session. Mama has went off track in the turn 10, 11, 12 complex. Oh, he's aborted his lap. So that's going to be the end of his qualifying. Now let's see what the Mexican can do. Improves by 2.5 tenths in sector 1. Now let's see what he could do in sectors 2 and 3. Jax joined again, just in time. 7 tenths for Mini. He is about to cook. Now let's see if it's good enough for P2 on the grid. And the Mexican will cross the line, goes up to P2 on the front row alongside Will. What a man. His teammate, meanwhile, will cross the line and will come home in P. Will out qualify Mama in P4. So it's a good. And Will goes now P1 with the 26-1. Now let's see what Mike could do. And Mike's to the pits. So that's the end of his qualifying. Jamir meanwhile goes P3. What is happening? Alexa goes P6. Zoro goes P4. Keanu will go P6. And Formula Crunch P8. But he will serve a grid penalty, which will drop him to P13, most probably. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's your qualifying in Jeddah. So, Will on pole in the season opener. 7 tenths out of Dark Horse Mini in P2. Jamir doing some impressive stuff after a difficult season with Mercedes last season. Zoro P4, then I have 2 Mercedes of Mike and Keanu, Fred from Le Cringe, Alexa and Mama rounding out your top 10. So there won't be a formation lap since because of the glitches that EA has not fixed. Let's go 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go here in the season opener. It's a good start from Will, who's just covered off Mini at the start. Zoro now gets past Jameer. That's Alexa who's out. Alexa and Line Cookie are out. And now Mama has seemed to caught up with them. Has caught up with them. And it's an early safety car in Jeddah. So it's a disaster for Mama. Let's not forget the tires. Everyone was on mediums apart from Gagli, Formula Cringe and Chabir on hards and Chris on softs. So Chris is going a bit aggressive. Telemetry. Now let's see the position changes. We have Zoro, Fred, Nancy, all made up one position. Batman and Chris and Sam Cards made 2 places. Jackaroo, Tokai, Homer Cringe, and Fred Parsons made 3. JT Play Monster made 6. Gagli made 4 places. Alexa lost 12. Lankuki lost 8. Mama lost 9. Keanu lost 1 and Jameer lost 1. So some early drama here in the streets of Jeddah. As now Mama's in. He's now he will replace his front wing after a lap 1 accident with Lankoki and Alexa. So it's now early chaos in the season opener. Alexa not having Batman. What has happened? Batman spun it under the safety car. And now Gagli and Sam Colts have to concede their positions as Batman bottles it like Arsenal last season. Sorry to all the Arsenal fans in the chat. Will the safety car be in at the end of this lap? If it's not in this lap, it will be in at the end of next lap. Now Batman's in. He must have got damage from his spin. And yeah, he does, actually. So it's disaster for Batman in his first race in the Red Bull.
2.4 litre V8 engines, 1.6 litre turbocharged V6 power units. Along with this came integrated complex digital systems such as ERS. Let's hope we see a good effort from McLaren here today. In recent times they've fallen to somewhat of a midfield team. The last time the constructor won a world championship was in 1998.
So safety car in this lap. Now let's see what Will is going to do on the restart. He's of course going to control the restart, and now he's caught Mini a bit off guard. But now we're under green flag conditions here in Jeddah. Now let's see who's brave enough to make an overtake. As now Mike is into the pits. And Mike has front wheel damage. Shame. What? As now JT Play Monster makes some contact with the wall, and he loses the place to Chris, who's on a charge right now. And Sam the Avatari is not enjoying the track so far. Batman moves up to 15th on his new mediums. Gasly Gasly in the Ferrari gets past Jackaroo. Now let's see what Zorro can do against Mini, who's looking for his first podium in D1. Mini will get the better exit as GT Play Monster and Tokai swap places for a minute. Zorro on the inside of Mini. He goes for it into turn 1. They make a bit of contact as Mini goes off and has to lose a place as a result of it. And Zorro gets the place on Mini. As I have no idea what happened to JT Play Monster, but he's lost a lot of places. Maybe 5-6 places he's lost. Must have had damage or something. As we have a fight for P14 between Lancy, JTP Monster, Sam Colt, and Mama. As the first AlphaTauri goes off the track, now the other AlphaTauri will get involved. Let's see. There's 3 wide! Super close to contact there. And now here's Zoro and Mini. Two rivals from season 3 D2. Of course, Zoro was in a Red Bull in D2 and Mini was in a Mercedes in D2 in season 3. They had a good fight on track. Now they're both in similar paced cars and are looking to fight and are putting up us a great show for us. In D1. Now let's go back to the backmarker fight between the two AlphaTauris and the Aston Martin of Mama. The two AlphaTauris. JTP Monster now goes for it on his teammate, but goes off the track as a result of it. Will he have to give that place back? Oh, Sam Colt! He spins! And Mama loses his front wing once again. This is not the best start of the season he has got. As Samir now gets overtaken by Fred the McLaren. Has Mama got damage? Has Sam Colt got damage? There is no visible damage on this car. As Gagli now goes so deep. Sam Colt spins into turn 4. He's not having the best debut in D1 so far, as his tires are overheating as it looks. He's sliding all over the place. And Mike will get through on him easily there. As now let's watch Minnie and Zoro and Fred and Jameer and Chris and Keanu fight. So it's a 5-car battle for P2. As Chris in the Red Bull now will get past Jameer. Jameer leaves him at tons of space. Pretty nice from him, as Minnie makes a mistake and loses 3 places as a result of it. Now through goes Fred. Unbelievable stuff. So the other McLaren's now in P2. As Chris now burnt all his eras. Jameer on the outside of Minnie. Keanu will look to get involved. Fred hits the wall. And Chris from P15 on the grid, now in P3. In just 8 laps. As now we look to get past Fred for P2. Now Mini gets past Zoro. Chris on the outside of turn 27, the final corner of the track. And now he's passed. But Fred has the DRS on Chris. Will Fred go for the move? Fred backs off. Keanu and Jameer, they go side by side. And looks like Keanu gets past. Looks like the Mercedes got past the former Mercedes man. As JTP Monster, his first race is over. He gets a snap of oversteer and hits the wall. He only lost his end pace as a result of it. As tires are definitely not cooking. Now Zoro against the two McLarens. Mini has DRS on his teammate. Will he go for the overtake? Mini goes for it into turn 27, the final corner. As Zoro now sticks his nose on the inside of the final corner, but he does not get the move done. As the McLarens will swap places again. No, they won't. As Zoro now fancies an opportunity on the outside of turn 1, but that's not really the case. Batman tried to go for a move on Formula Frenzy, but he hasn't got it. And now Chris has pulled 2 seconds from Mini. Let's see if he could chase Will for the lead. Obviously he's in a much better car than Will. As now JT Play Monster is in the pits because of his damaged front wing. Will dominate the race so far. Fair play to him. It's DRS sprint between Mini and Batman. As now Batman's managed to get himself in the fight. As now Fred goes past his teammate. Mini has DRS, Zoro has the DRS. Will Zoro go for a double overtake? He gets past the first McLaren. Will he go for the other McLaren? No, he won't. But now Fred on the outside of turn 1 and he swings to the inside of turn 2. Fred keeps his position as now through goes Keanu. But Keanu backs off. What a fight we're seeing in the first race of the season. There's plenty more to come. As now Batman gets past Jameer up to P7. Keanu now let's go with Zoro. Now let's see what he's able to make. Fred still not able to make the move on his teammate. As now Mini's in for his pit stop. He's looking to undercut his teammate and undercut Zoro. Most likely. I'm curious to see what happens. Batman now looks to make the move on Keanu. In the Mercedes. Obviously Keanu wasn't the Mercedes in Season 2. But has moved to Ferrari in Season 3, then retired, then moved to Alpine, then to McLaren and back to Mercedes. Fredzen, Zorzen, so many people are in, apart from the hard runners of Gagli, Former Cringe and Jameer. As there's no position change. As Mini, here comes Mini on the main straight, he successfully undercuts all of them. As Batman's held up a bit, he fell a second behind Keanu on the pit exit, which is not what he wanted. Will and Chris are going longer on the softs. Chris is looking to go for a soft medium, and Will is looking to go for a medium soft as a Jameer is going to come in, and Chris is in, Jameer is in, Formula Crunch stays out, Gakti is in, Tokai is in, so it's a double stack for Alpine, possibly. No, I don't think it is a double stack for Alpine, but Jameer is going to lose a few places, but he will come out side by side with Batman, but he's managed to stay ahead of Batman. First comes out in P4. He has to get through as soon as possible. As now he's got Jakaru, the rookie, one of the few rookies on the grid, to clear up. He will have the DRS into this straight, but this is not a wise place to overtake. Although he will go for the next one. As now Will's into the pits. Chris goes on the outside of the final corner and gets past Jakaru. Sam Carls gets 3 seconds. Now let's see where Will end up. Here is Chris, here comes Chris. but Will is going to stay out ahead. But Chris has gained 2 seconds probably from the undercut. As now Jack Cruz on the stop. He's looking to be aggressive for the final stint. Chris goes a bit off track and gains 5 tenths. Sets a perfect sector 1. Alright. It's now Jameer getting past Batman. They're both flashing. Jameer on the mediums. He's seeking some opportunities. He sets fast lap. Let's see what the Alpine driver could do. Will now gaining on Formula Credit. Sets a purple sector 1 on his brand new softs. He struggled at the end. As JCP Monster gets another 3-second penalty. The AlphaTauris are nowhere to be seen this race. Sorry, Luis. Luis Blizzy. As Formula Cringe slides his way into the pits. And it's a huge DRS between Mini in P3 and Batman in P8. No, not Batman. Jameer in P7. So it's a 5-car battle for the final podium position. And I think who will come out on top? Will it be Mini for his first podium in D1? Or will it be Zoro? Or will it be Fred? Or will it be Keanu? Or will it be the medium runner Jameer? Of course he's on the medium and his opponents on track are on hard. As Will's now doing a great job of keeping his margin to Chris. Of course he's on the softs. And Chris is on the medium. But Will is going to struggle at the end of the race. Which won't be a huge issue. I haven't caught that, but Fred now gets past his teammate for the final podium position. Zoro goes off the track. Mini has DRS on his teammate. Zoro has a DRS on Mini has a DRS on Keanu, Jameer has a DRS on Keanu. Keanu has a DRS on Zoro. Batman is 2 seconds behind. There's a bit of contact with these cars. A bit too close for comfort. As now Keanu will seek an opportunity. Jameer will also seek an opportunity on Keanu. Keanu will send it, but that's not really going to be the case. The only change we've seen so far is Mini up onto the podium. Jameer with the ERS on the outside, he goes on Keanu. They make a bit of contact. As Keanu will back off, which is the smartest option. Now Jameer up to P6. So Fred is not going to be able to get past his teammate. As it's Mamma Mia with Dina. JT Play Monster. Oh, Keanu now gets past Jameer. Keanu will send it. Oh, Keanu misjudges and hits Mini. That's so heartbreaking for the McLaren. As the other McLaren now pulled away for a second. By second. Mini is struggling. Through no fault of his own. From the French will look to go on the outside of Dagny. Of course these two have got heated in qualifying. And they make contact in the race as they're trying to go 3 abreast into the final corner, as Formula French on his new softs will get past 2 of them. A pretty thrilling job from the Serbian driver. Formula French with no ERS on his tank. Mini on the outside into turn 1. Formula French locks up and loses a place to Mini. As Batman sets the fastest lap now. Here's the podium fight. Who will be on the podium? Will it be Fred? Will it be Zoro? Will it be Jameer? Will it be Keanu? It's a shame that many got spun round. Now we have 4 drivers contending for the podium. Zoro will not get close enough on Fred. Omnicat now gets past Millie up to Peace. As now Zoro gets past Fred up to the podium place. Now Jameer on the mediums. Let's see what he can do. Some cards forgot about him in the race. Spin round. Now there's going to be a fight between the leaders of Will and Chris. Chris obviously started from P15 due to a disqualification in qualifying. Now he's on the mediums and Will's on the softs, which wore out. Here's the battle for the podium. Fred now gets past again. Some cards spins again. Jameer now goes on the inside of Zoro. The 2 former teammates at Ferrari in Season 4. .1 between these two. Will and Chris. Will it going to be Will for the win? Or will it be Chris for the win? Chris is going to have the DRS on Will. Chris started in 15th on the grid and now is up to 2nd. Now in DRS range of Will, who's struggling on the softs. Five tenths the gap is. Now Chris with the DRS, and Chris will go on the... No, he backs off. Here's Jameer and Keanu. Keanu with a brilliant overtake on Jameer. Gets past up to P5, but Jameer will come back at him. Zoro on the inside of Fred, but he isn't able to make the move. What a fight between these two. Sam cards again as JT play monsters out of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Will on 9 lap old softs, Chris on 10 lap old mediums. Chris refusing to. As now Will makes a mistake. And now Chris is fast. Up to the lead he goes. Chris starting in P15. Now up to the lead he goes. He hits the wall a bit over there. Zoro and Fred now. And look who's going to benefit. Keanu. Keanu will end up receiving the benefit. Not really. Three tenths now. Mike sets the fastest lap. Chris has spread all his DRS. Will go on the outside. Now what's Chris just about hangs on. And Chris, TGT Chris 97 will come across the line and wins in Saudi Arabia. Just beats Will. Oh, what a fight, what a fight, what a fight! What a fight! Now let's see who will come out of P2, P3. And Zoro just about hangs on. What a battle! Look at the gaps. As Mike now. Chris from 15th on the grid wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Will, unfortunately for him, misses out after a dominant race. Zoro, what a drive from him, and what a fight between him, Fred, Keanu and Jameer, who come home P4, 5 and 6 respectively. Formula Cringe, P7. Mini, unfortunately for him, he was doing so good and has to settle in for P8. Gagli, P9. Tokai, the only rookie to score a point in D1. Batman, P11. Fred Parsons, P12. Lancy, Chakaru. Mike with the fastest lap. Sam Cards. DNFs are JT Play Monster, Mama, Lancookie and Alexa. So this is your Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So let's try to get Chris into the party. So stream, sit tight while Chris is joining the interview. Chris. Hello, Chris. Right, let's start with the interview. What a drive. That was amazing. 15th on the grid, up to first. How do you feel?
Lap, and I had wing damage as well on the last lap, so it was very close. But between me and Will, GG's between me and him. But yeah, it's gonna be a very intense championship fight, hopefully this season. But of course, lots to come this season, and yeah, really happy with my first win in this league.
Obviously, you've made the switch from Williams to Red Bull.
Yes.
Can you talk us through that?
Well, of course, it was a very, very dream-like move, going to Williams, from Williams to Red Bull. It's a very, very big move, so of course a lot of pressure you'll have at the back view. So, that does happen without disqualification for qualifying. That was just the game's fault, unfortunately, but it did pay off kind of. But yeah, the move from Williams to Red Bull, I think, has been 100% worth, and with a lot of chaos in the race as well. Yeah, currently the team's feeling amazing. Gotta thank everybody, KP especially, for signing me and trusting me to go for that championship. And yeah, really appreciate it.
Final question for tonight.
Yeah.
Uh, s- so, looking at the calendar right now, which race are you most looking forward to?
Um, let's just quickly pull it up because I don't fully remember it, but probably Silverstone or Spain. Those are really good tracks for me. Maybe potentially Monza, Qatar, Brazil. All those tracks are really good, but some I might miss. I think Brazil I'm missing, and also on the 20 something of October, so they'll be around ish Netherlands, which is a good track for me, but I'm missing like one or two races, so it's not ideal, but hopefully that will not affect me so much. But the calendar's really good for this season. It'll deliver a lot of racing, in my opinion.
That's good to hear. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Amazing drive, and all the best for next race.
Thank you, and thanks for the commentary as well, mate.
No worries.
See ya.
Always. Yeah, in a bit. So you guys have heard some words from the race winner, TGT Chris. His first win in the league. Overall, it was an amazing race, one of the best season openers in the league. Obviously, we've seen a final lap battle between Will and Chris. We've seen a fight between Zoro, Fred, Jameer, and Keanu for the final podium position, and some fights in the midfield. Alright, guys, this is Said signing off. And a reminder, it's D2 tomorrow in Saudi Arabia, and next week will be at next week is Barcelona for both divisions. So see you guys then. I hope you all enjoy the stream, and this is Saeed signing off. Bye.